I agree with Windows Threshold and Windows 10 1703. However, all of the cats in 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and 5 a.m. are scary, depending on the time. On the other hand, the Sentinelese is older than Bulafunga. In fact, Bulafunga only lasted for 1,113 years, while the Sentinelese lasts for 60,000 years. Therefore, the Sentinelese can be added on Mr. Incredible becoming old.
I agree with Windows Threshold, Windows 10 1703 and Windows 10 1709. However, Dicko loves to smell farts. This can cause Dicko to turn into a vulture, pig, donkey, horse, and mosquito. But, unfortunately, Gene Kelment died from the age of 122 years and 164 days. So, rest in peace, Gene Kelment, 1875 to 1997. On the other hand, Zero Aga enjoyed the extreme popularity while was alive. He was born in 1774, but died on June 30, 1934. Zero Aga died at the age of 157 years, and is claimed to be one of the oldest living humans ever. Really perfect job. Windows Threshold, Windows 10 1703, Windows 10 1709 and Windows 10 Spring Creators Update. You forget 200 years off. However, Dicko loves to smell fart. This can cause Dicko to turn into a porco. But, unfortunately, Gene Kelment died from the age of 122 years. Anyways, go to Octo's office, get Octo proud, and enjoy 200 years off.
Really perfect. The Windows 10 1809, Windows 10 April 2019 update and Windows 10 May 2019 update got silver cards. However, if Dicko said Miuto Pidando Fidendo, then Dicko's butt will be burned with hot coffee, and Miuto will put pastel into Dicko's mouth. This means Dicko might to swallow and engulf pastel. And if Dicko laughs like it's a goat doing the joke, then Dicko will be a clown mixed with dirt, pig, and vulture. After that, Romano, Anderson, Carla, Maria, Diego, and Nafili will act like Pitbull. I agree with Windows 10 1803. If Dicko say Miuto Pidando Fidendo, then Dicko's butt will be burned with hot coffee, and Miuto will put pastel into Dicko's mouth. This means Dicko might have to swallow and engulf pastel. And if Dicko laughs like it's a clown in the circus, then Dicko will be a scary clown mixed with dirt, goat, pig, and vulture. After that, Romano, Anderson, Carla, Maria, Diego, and Nafili will all act like Pitbull. I agree with Windows 10 1803 and Windows 10 1809. If Dicko says Miuto Pidando Fidendo, then Dicko's butt will be burned with hot coffee, and Miuto will put pastel into Dicko's mouth. This means Dicko might have to swallow and engulf pastel. But, do you reason why Real Anderson is drunk? Because Real Anderson burped from drinking too much. However, there is a vehicle who became drunk. It's a motorcycle. And do you reason why motorcycles are also drunk? Because motorcycles burped from making loud noises and causing pollutions. This can cause accidents. Well, motorcycle bumping into the another. I agree with Windows 10 1803, Windows 10 1809 and Windows 10 April 2019 update. If Dicko says Miuto Pidando Fidendo, then Dicko's butt will be burned with hot coffee, and Miuto will put pastel into Dicko's mouth. So Dicko might have to swallow and engulf pastel. But, there is this vehicle who became drunk. It's a motorcycle. And do you reason why motorcycles are also drunk? Because motorcycles burped from making loud noises and causing pollutions. This can cause climate change. That's why electric cars exist. Pretty perfect job. Windows 10 1803, Windows 10 1809, Windows 10 April 2019 update and Windows 10 1903. You forget 100 years off. But, there is this vehicle who became drunk. It's a motorcycle. And do you reason why motorcycles are also drunk? Because motorcycles burped from making loud noises and causing pollutions. This can cause global warming. That's why electric cars exist. Anyways, go to Octo's office, get Octo proud, and enjoy 100 years off.
pretty perfect. Me, Windows 10 2004, Windows 10 20H2 and Windows 10 21H1 got bronze cards. However, do you reason why Romano blocked the window? It's because there is a military police saying what's going on and what's happening. It's that Paulinho died from an explosion that was created by the fireworks on the house. That explosion is similar to a bomb, so a criminal gets sent to jail for a day, and he got executed on the electric chair. So that's why criminals go to hell and they burn there. I agree with Windows 10 1909. Do you reason why Romano occupied the window? It's because there is a police officers there, and they tell that Paolo Augusto died from a fireworks explosion that was created on Paolo's house. That explosion looks like to a bomb explosion, so a criminal gets sent to jail only for a day and he got executed on the electric chair. So that's why criminals should burn in hell. And to conclusion, Elaine missed Paolo Augusto, and Elaine cried at Paolo Augusto's funeral. I agree with Windows 10 1909 and Windows 10 2004. Do you reason why Romano see the military police officers? Because they told that Paolo Augusto died from a fireworks explosion on Paolo Augusto's house. That explosion is just like how angry Dominican kid's computer exploded like a bomb and fireworks. So Elaine missed Paolo Augusto, and Elaine is depressed at Paolo's funeral. But however, Dico is now eating rooster. This is why Dico is a cannibal who needs to stop being a human who loves to eat animals too much. And to conclusion, whenever Diego wake up, it goes silent, because the roosters is gonna get eaten by Dico for eating animals non-stop. Perfect job. Windows 10 1909, Windows 10 2004, Windows 10 20H2, and Windows 10 21H1. You forget 50 years off. And that's right, the dog is coughing at night, because they are tired. However, Bulldog will bite Dico, because Dico killed roosters. You know rooster noises are required for Maria and Romano to wake up. For example, when Maria and Romano wakes up, the rooster does cook-a-doodle-doo. But for real Anderson, he needs to sleep forever, because real Anderson is drunk. So that's why Windows Server 2022 will put Thunder on real Anderson's Bluetooth and radio, so that real Anderson will get an electrical shock whenever he tries to play music with a Bluetooth or a radio, as real Anderson is drinking too much, and he is forbidden to drive a car, since he is drunk. But the only reason why farmers wake up at 4 a.m. because of the rooster party. On the other hand, Dico might get arrested by the sheriff, because there is gonna be a bug in the window. And you know decapitated roosters are not alive roosters. Instead, they are dead. That's right. The sheriff will arrest Dico for his criminal and cannibal behavior. So Dico will get sent to the police department. As Dico have gone way too far this time, Dico has the right to remain silent. Anything Dico says can and it will be used against Dico in a court of law. So Dico will get sent to a denial prison. After that, Dico will have to listen to the country music. After Dico listened to the country music, Dico will be treated as a zoo animal, thinking that Dico will only eat clean food on that time. Anyways, go to Octo's office, get Octo proud, and enjoy 50 years off.